Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. As always, thank you so much for watching. While you're here, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for notifications so that you can be notified with everything going on in MLB. Now, Major League Baseball lately has not been that fun to observe, not only because it's not on TV, it's not being played, but because of all the bickering back and forth lately about money. Having said that, I think we're about to make some progress. So I haven't wanted to talk about any of these specific offers that have happened over the past couple of months, mainly because I had a feeling, and I was correct, thinking that they would be very back and forth. I didn't want to bring false information to you. I didn't want there to be any kind of inconsistency in what I present, so I've waited until now to kind of dig deep and kind of reflect on what all has happened. So before I talk about the latest proposal, I think you need to know some background about everything going on. Now, if you missed my interview yesterday with McAlpin, he talked about everything that has happened when it comes to the coronavirus delay and everything else in MLB. He also talked about the Braves draft. But he focused heavily in that interview on everything going on right now and kind of gave what the players are thinking, kind of gave what the owners are thinking, and kind of what he thought should happen. So if you haven't, go check that out. You'll really enjoy it if you're a baseball fan. So let's take a look back real quick. I've sort of weeded through all the offers that MLB proposed over the past couple of months, and I tried to find the most realistic and relevant ones. So as recent as June 12th, last Friday at the time of this recording, Major League Baseball offered a 72-game season proposal to the Players Association. Now, under these circumstances, players would be guaranteed 70% of their prorated salaries, and I'm going to stop right there. Prorated salary is basically, if you don't know, I just want to give a quick explanation. A prorated salary is a payment for how many days you've worked, right? So they're going to get 70% of whatever the amount they were supposed to make based on how many games they played. The problem with that is what the players want. The players want 100%. That does not mean they want 100% of 162 games. They want 100% of 72 games, which what the owners are saying is we can only give you 70% because of the attendance revenue that we're losing, which makes sense. I see both sides, but again, the players didn't like it. They would also get 83% if a postseason expansion is completed. So players didn't like that. They denied it, obviously because of the money situation, right? So the players turned it down, and MLB said that the next move was that they were going to propose a 48-game season. Now, the 48-game season would have a full prorated salary, so why is that a problem? Here's why. Rob Manfred and the owners of baseball had a lot of leverage. You're holding people's livelihood at stake. But in a few short days, they pretty much lost it. Here's how. So Rob Manfred gets on a podium and said he has full confidence that a season is going to happen in 2020. So the players now look at that and they say, all right, tell us when and where. You saw it on Twitter. You saw it everywhere. Tell us when and where. We're ready. I can't tell you how smart of a move that was. Not only because it makes you look like the good guy, which, think of how you want to, that's how they're presented right now. They said, we'll take the 48 games. They called Rob Manfred's bluff. The reason he was bluffing, 48 games, if it started the day they proposed that, it would end in August. So why is that a problem? Well, if it ends in August, why not play September and October in the postseason? Why shorten it at that point? Why not have a 72-game season, right? That doesn't even make any sense. So it was very smart by the players. You don't believe me? Okay, take a look for a second at the most recent offer made to the Players Association by MLB. Now the offer is 60 games, full prorated salaries, and it will begin July 19th and ending September 27th. A DH would be in both leagues now. Corporate advertisements on uniform would be introduced for the 2020 and 2021 seasons. MLB's wanted to do that for a long time, whether or not you like it or not. It's coming in the near future. The most important thing to me in this whole scenario, when I sit here and look at it, is how quickly Major League Baseball came back to pay full prorated salaries for a longer period of time when they said, hey, we can't really do that. You know, we're losing attendance revenue. It's about money. What I will say is we're at a turning point in this whole fiasco. This is very promising. for the potential of having a season in 2020. Makes me a little bit more excited to have one. 60 games sounds a lot better than 48. I wish it was closer to 80, kind of like how Kevin McAlpin was talking about. Once you get under 80, anything can happen, so much so that an untalented team can make the postseason. Not to mention they're talking about expanding the postseason to 16 teams. That's over half of MLB. So I don't know. Whatever Major League Baseball does will wind up on the television, and I think we need that right now. I think that the owners realize that. I did a video earlier this week reflecting on the 1994 strike. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. You can see all the consequences that the 1994 strike over money caused in terms of money, in terms of fans, attendance, in terms of ratings, all that stuff. You can go take a look at it. It really damaged the game, and I think the owners don't want that for the next 5-10 years. They don't want to be still living over 2020. Kevin McAlpin yesterday mentioned that he thinks 2020 needs to be the outlier, and I fully agree. If we can get through this year and we can come back in 2021 with no issues, which there shouldn't be any money problems, because hopefully you'll have a 162 game season and it'd be back to normal. So that's all I got for today. Let me know what you think about all the craziness going on in MLB right now. Let me know what you think about this most recent proposal. Obviously, it was turned down by MLB. They think it's too short of a season, and I agree with them. But let me know what you think. I want to know from you in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. That's all I got here today. So until next time, I always appreciate you watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time on deck.